Today's program is sponsored by The Anthony Vincent Salon. Say hello to beautiful.
You're listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot and what's not. Get into the loop with us. I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise, and we're your radio gateway to what's trending with beauty, fashion, health, wellness, and sex.
And mostly sex.
Learn and laugh with us anytime, any place. Go right to our website, anthonyvincentsalon.com. Click away and listen today.
You'll be glad you did.
Yes, you will be.
So, have you ever been detained by the cops?
Have I ever been detained?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yes, I remember.
Yes, a couple of times.
I hope this doesn't bring up any bad memories, but
It already did, so thanks.
anything I can do to help.
Of course.
So, if you're being were you questioned, by the way?
I was. You know that I was.
Okay. So, if you're being...
But wait a second. Let me just clarify one thing. It wasn't my fault.
It never is.
I knew you were going to say that.
It never is.
It's the truth.
So, when being questioned, ask this early and often. The cops will try to duck it. So, ask it again and again.
What's the question?
Well, what you're going to do is you're going to try to leave and see if they will stop you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would have gotten too far.
Okay, if you're not free to go, then it's a custodial interrogation, as opposed to just asking some questions.
Huh. Okay, I didn't think about that, and I didn't know that. Where were you when I was having the issue?
What you should say is, I have nothing to say. 5 little words.
I have to tell you
nothing
something,
to
though.
say.
I had plenty to say.
Yeah, and it got you in trouble, didn't it?
Well, a little bit, but there was nothing I can do. The officer, as we both know, I'm not going to say the word that I referred to him as, but it was wrong. The whole thing was wrong.
What you need to say is, I'd like a lawyer, please.
Oh, but I didn't do anything.
Over and over again.
But I didn't
like
do
a lawyer,
anything.
please.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you never do.
I didn't. Was it my fault that I was sitting at a traffic light and some bimbo smashed into me going 50 miles an hour?
You just called somebody a name again.
I did. I couldn't help it. She was a bimbo. There was nothing I could do about it. Complete bimbo. Careless and everything.
Well, if you're being held, they must read you your rights, which includes the right to remain silent. You just can't do it.
They didn't read me. I don't need to be silent. They didn't read me my rights because I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, clam up immediately.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Right
Okay.
after you ask for your lawyer.
I didn't need a lawyer because of that. I mean, It wasn't my fault.
Well.
But okay, next time I'll zip my mouth shut.
Mm-hmm. If you don't talk, you just might walk.
I'll have to remember that for the next time I'm being interrogated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you remember, I don't know, a couple of months ago, we did a show talking about the caffeine panties?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I bought a pair.
You did?
I did, of
Did
course.
you really?
Of course. I told you I was buying a pair of those caffeine panties. I'll do anything. I'll try anything once.
But they're supposed to help you lose weight. You don't need that. You have.
Aw, well, thank you. I wanted to
You
see.
are perfect.
Aw, you're just saying that. Stop that. I wanted to see what they were.
Well, okay. So you got your caffeine panties. I want my caffeinated shaving cream.
Okay, you should get some.
Yeah. They say that lathering up with this energy boosting compound reduces razor burn and kind of helps make your skin look and feel better. And we know
Okay.
I need everything I can get to make
He
my
does.
face look better.
He does. It's a rough one, that one.
Yeah. Well, the reality is that, men are late into this coffee thing, but, caffeine, and you should know this, caffeine has been an ingredient in women's moisturizers and eye creams for years.
I do know this.
Of course you did.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know why?
Yes.
Tell me.
Because it's stimulating.
That's right. Anti-inflammatory properties.
I know what's stimulating and what's not.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Uh-huh.
so the caffeine acts as a vasoconstrictor.
A vasoconstrictor.
Yes, that's used to help tighten the blood vessels?
Yes. And that would make your face look better.
Yes.
Less wrinkly and less saggy. And you know what another thing it does? Caffeine actually brightens.
Really?
I swear.
I believe you. I believe everything you say.
Oh,
And
not
so should
everything.
so should all our listeners.
Well, because most of the things that I say are actually the truth. Not all,
most.
but most. Hey, nobody's 100% perfect, right?
So when you tell me that striped shirt and checkered pants looks really good on you, and
Actually,
you can carry it off?
I never said it looked really good on you. What I said, only you could get away with that. That's the truth.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So you see, there's the difference.
So anyway, will this shaving cream give me smoother skin and more and more puffiness and
Less puffiness, not more puffiness.
less puffiness.
Actually, I don't know what it actually will do, but let's buy it and try it.
Okay, that sounds great.
Okay.
And I'm going to lather up daily.
You lather up, you shave your face, and then let's see. I think it takes some time.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, I grew a beard, and nobody's noticed it.
No.
Nobody
Wait
noticed
a second.
it.
No, how could I possibly not notice it? One day, you had like a completely clean shaven face, and a month later, you had a face full of fur. So yeah, I didn't notice that. I notice everything.
Well, you didn't say anything. Nobody said anything.
I said something. Are you kidding me?
And then when I shaved it off, nobody noticed that either.
Of course I noticed it. I notice everything, and I always say something. Don't even put me in the category of anybody else.
Okay.
All right then, co-host.
Don't go away. We'll be right back. And when we do, you're going to know about women according to Dr. Love.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
And we're back.
Yep, we're back.
So, did you ever hear of a hair growth helmet?
A hair growth helmet?
It's a hair growth helmet, yeah.
I have never heard of a hair growth helmet. I mean, I've seen the hair helmets that some of these ladies wear, but never a hair growth helmet. But do share.
Well, I was reading something about it, and it sounds like an infomercial.
Okay.
And it's a shame because it's called the iGrow device, and it
Wait.
works.
It's called the iGrow?
iGrow.
So is it part of Apple, like iPod, iPad,
No, if it
iPhone?
was, you would know it worked.
Ah.
And quite simply.
Extremely true. Okay, so it's iGrow.
So anyway, the FDA cleared this helmet.
Wow.
You put it on your head, and it uses lasers and LED lights to activate dormant hair follicles.
How much is it?
Well, about $695
For the helmet?
for the helmet.
And how long does it last?
Well, I don't know how long the thing. I guess until the bulbs burn out.
When does the hair start to grow? How
Okay.
long does that take?
All right. In a 2013 clinical trial, men who spent 25 minutes under the hair helmet a few days a week for 16 weeks saw their hair count increase 35%.
So they bring this home with them, or they go to the place and have it done?
No, you buy it. $695. Go to igrowlaser.com.
Okay, you said a mouthful before. You said men noticed a 35% increase in hair. What about women?
Oh, it'd be the same for women.
Would it be? Because,
Yeah.
sometimes, what's good for a man is not always good for a woman.
Well, all this does, it's light therapy. and
Okay.
it stimulates hair growth.
Okay, so it's light therapy underneath this helmet. So what about light therapy somewhere else? I mean, would light therapy work?
Well, who would want more hair growing in places?
I don't mean somewhere else on your body. I mean using something else as opposed to a helmet. Like there's, light therapy machines that we use, for instance, on our face.
Right.
Not for hair growth, but for
Tightening the skin, stimulation.
exactly.
It builds the
exactly.
collagen.
So, it's probably not the same type of light therapy. It's
No.
probably something different.
That's right. The
Okay.
what you're talking about is called a cool laser, and although I'm not sure what type of lasers are in this particular hair helmet, but I think the lasers and the LED lights used together, they just activate follicles that are somewhat dormant.
And how
usually
long has
from
this been going on?
testosterone. It's brand new.
Okay, so then we don't know what the actual results are because
No.
even though after a 6-week period, 35%, better, the men said it was 35% more hair, we don't know what it's actually going to be. Do they have
Right.
to continue to maintain? Because there are products out there, I don't want to mention any names, but there are products out there that you can use them and use them and use them, and then once you stop, the hair goes away, and it's like you've never used them before. So we don't know if that's
We don't know.
the
That's
case.
because it was just approved by the FDA in 2013, 2014.
That's
so it's
very
only been
cool.
around
But
about a year.
this product that I'm actually thinking of, that what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
was also approved by the FDA. And once you stop using it, you have no more hair.
That's true. It's kind of like brushing your teeth. Once you stop brushing your teeth, you have no more clean breath.
Well said, Mr. Vincent.
So, Dr. Love was here a little earlier, and we had quite a conversation.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
Nice.
Well, you weren't paying attention?
Sometimes I lose myself when he's around. What did he say?
Well, he actually said that with a girl, so to
He
speak.
said what with a girl?
He said, the longer you wait to call, the less interested she'll be when you finally connect with her.
I agree with that.
Yeah. He said actually, this is how he said it. You should connect with her the next day, my son.
Actually, I think I was having a certain conversation about this just recently, that when you don't show her that she's important, she feels unimportant, and how important it is for you to connect with her via, phone call, text, whatever it is. And if you do that, you'll have a better time, a better connection.
Absolutely right. Especially,
Do you understand that too?
I do.
All right.
I do.
Very cool.
Why wait? Let's hang out. Hey, you want to meet? Mm-hmm. Something simple as that.
Yeah, but when you just don't connect,
Well, a lot of people feel as though, I'm not going to call right away. I don't want to look too
anxious,
yes, anxious.
desperate. It's
And
not
it's
anxious.
not that at all.
It's not that at all.
It's the opposite. It's like I met you, I really dig you,
And I'm smitten with you, and you know what?
Hey, let's see if we get along.
Exactly. And then once you do get along, don't call.
Right.
That's just ridiculous.
That's right. So, if you didn't get along, and you just want to dump her,
Then do it.
she wants a truthful explanation.
Well, you know
It's
what?
like Dr. Love is all about the truth, because he said,
truth is
"Just
very
you
important.
give him the truth, man. True that."
Well, true that. But it's really important to always be truthful anyway.
Of course,
No matter how much it may cause pain, the truth.
you can't go wrong with the truth because
can't.
it's the truth.
Exactly.
I learned that in some EST seminar.
When
back
we're,
in the-
when we're done with our radio program today, I have a question to ask you, and I want the truth.
Oh, I will tell you the truth.
And
Anyway,
all
so-
you listeners out there know that too now.
So if you're going to break up with her, Dr. Love says do it face to face, gently and with honesty. So many people look back on past relationships and feel that they messed up or something went wrong. So it's nice to look back and say to yourself, that's what this relationship taught me. And now I know how to make my next relationship better.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I love Dr. Love. He's awesome.
I think he's pretty cool.
What else did he have to say?
Well, yes, women by nature are much more sensitive, so they would get this before a guy. Men should be cool about handling, emotions. Men are not so cool with their emotions, but women are all about it.
Well, emotions are just present within us.
Not
But
all
they're-
of us.
No, with most women. I was referring to women.
Yeah.
And I know a few men that are very emotional as well. And there's nothing to be ashamed of if you're an emotional man.
Well, guys are really difficult in reading women. They
They're not really, they have a difficult time reading women. Some men.
Yeah, they're just not good at it.
Some men aren't, but some are.
Okay.
And some are, and they're just fearful of what they learn.
So, so she slept with you. Now, should you expect her to jump right into a relationship because you just
Had sex?
You just spent the night, whatever.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, if that's it depends on the circumstances. I mean, if you met and you're hanging out and you had a nice dinner together or whatever, or you met or you're at the bar and just had a night of sex. I mean, no, that's not a relationship.
It's not?
It's not. But you give a call and you talk and whatever, and if it's something that you have a connection with, and you like each other, and for whatever reason it happened, then you go forward. If it doesn't, it's like, hey, it was a one night stand, whatever.
Right, because that physical stuff is all instinct and chemistry anyway.
Some of it is, yeah. And some of it's too much vodka.
That's right. Chemistry changes when you add vodka to it.
Yes, always. Always.
All right. So, but I think when it comes to who you want to date, I gotta say patience is the key. You really need to learn, about the person and what they're all about.
If you want to date the person and have a relationship with the person, I would think you'd want to learn about the person and know who you're with. Mm-hmm. Hey, do you know who you're with?
I do.
All right.
And I got to tell you, there's something that's really hot about, taking time and getting to know someone and in growing with them.
Of course. Well, that's what it's all about. And then your relationship changes, and it could or could not be a beautiful thing. It depends.
Well, I think it should always turn into something just beautiful and lovely. And
sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't.
Well,
and when it doesn't, stop it, end it, and move on and find what does.
But if it does, even after 6 years or 12 years or 25 years, write a love letter.
Love letters are beautiful.
Aren't they? Nothing stirs up passion like words on a paper. Beautiful words.
Oh, that is
written
nice.
in your handwriting.
That is nice.
Yeah. She wants to hear you. So write like you talk. Even if you got a goofy voice like me. Tell her why you're writing. These are not my words. These are Dr. Love's. Tell her why you're writing. I've been thinking about us a lot, baby. And touch on a couple of great memories. You remember that time when you got up on the roof and I ran around the house like 3 times. You remember that story.
I do remember the roof story.
Yeah, it brings back great memories, And then you talk about the present, 6 years later, 25 years later, 12 years later. I'm still crazy about you. And list a couple of the things that you really, love about her. Tease her gently. Like, oh, you talk too much. Yes, I love hearing your voice. That's why I don't get a word in edgewise.
By the way, this works for ladies too. Men like to hear these things as well.
Yes, we do. Because we need to know that that you love us.
They're the insecure partners. Trust me. They need to know too.
Yep. There's no one's whose shoes I'd rather trip over. And then, close with your hopes for the future. I love you for the rest of my life. And stick it somewhere where she'll find it. Like her coat pocket, inside her coffee mug, that kind of stuff. Where else could you put it? Under her pillow.
slip it into her pocketbook. You know, ladies always go in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think, you do something like this and then just sit back and wait for some real enthusiastic appreciation. I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got chemistry? Is your salon consistent, happy, edgy, magical, impeccable, satisfying, trendy? Are you ready for anything? Say hello to beautiful.
Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did.
And now for the fun facts on finance
From a feminine point of view, our very own Dina Cobran.
of DC Alexander Wealth Management.
Good morning, Dina.
Good morning, Elise.
So, Dina, I'm very confused about stocks. Stocks it just freaks me out.
Because you don't know what it is.
I don't know everything I need to know. So tell us.
It's
Tell
fun-
us all.
It's really funny. People are confused and they think it's very complicated, and it's actually really, really simple.
Really?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
really, what a stock is? I mean, what is your concept of a stock other than like a name? Like Apple, right? You have an Apple phone.
Yeah.
So, do you know that you could buy stock in Apple, right?
Yes.
And you know what?
I have stock in Apple.
Oh, you do? Well, so do I.
do.
Love my stock on Apple.
Yes.
But the
But I don't know a lot about it. So
Okay.
that's the thing. So,
Okay.
And I'm sure there are a lot of people that would love to be in the know as well.
Okay, so with buying a stock, right, when you want to buy like an Apple and you want to own a piece of the company, that's really what you have when you buy a stock. So if you buy one share of Apple, you now have one share of the company. And so when they give you dividends, they give you shares back, which you can, reinvest. I'm sure you reinvest your dividends, right?
Yes, I don't touch anything from any of that.
Well, make sure that they actually have it set up to reinvest, because then they'll buy you more shares. So every time the company pays a dividend, usually pays quarterly. Most stocks pay quarterly as opposed to monthly. There's investments that do pay monthly. But so every quarter you would get some dollars that you could either have in cash, in money, or you can reinvest it. And when you reinvest it, you get more shares. So your one share becomes two shares, becomes three shares, over time. And that's how people make money, is by the accumulation effect of the individual stocks that they own.
Okay, so let's just say someone is going to give you a sum of money, and they would say to you, Dina, I want this to be invested, in stocks, but you would choose the stocks because you know which ones make money and which ones don't, because not everybody knows that, right?
Right. Well, what you do is you talk to the person and you find out. And if I was talking to you or Megan, it would be two different conversations, right? Megan's
course.
20. So we would say, okay, well, what interests you? If you want to get into individual stocks, I usually recommend that you start with what you use, what products you use and services that you like your Apple. Okay. Now, some people, Apple might be too aggressive for them because it does go up and down a lot, has a lot of volatility, as we say. So, you have to look at what the person is using the stocks for. So what purpose and how long you want to hold on to them for. So, I might say, well, somebody who is more risk tolerant, meaning they are comfortable with the volatility, I might recommend, say, buying some oil stocks if oil is down, in addition to your pharmaceutical companies, or maybe some of the technology companies. So really what you do is you try to mix up the basket of stocks. If they have a certain amount of money and they say, okay, I want a basket of stocks, how do I create a portfolio? Well, I say, well, let's look at, how long their time horizon is, how long they're going to invest the money for, what the purpose is. And then we say, okay, well, let's maybe buy some retail, maybe buy some oil, maybe buy some pharmaceutical. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then
That
we look
sounds
at the
reasonable.
dividends. I like stocks with dividends too, because I think that's a really good way of not only having your money grow and accumulate, but also it prepares you for the future of maybe taking income out later in life. You can start reinvesting, and then later you can pull that income out and live off of that.
Ah, very, very nice. Okay, so that's a very nice understanding. But let's just say you have somebody who is not risk tolerant, who does not like volatility.
but still wants to give you, a sum of money. So you would find a grouping, say, just of all very
Blue chip, yeah.
free.
Right, blue chip type stocks that, things that Warren Buffett buys, companies that have consistent earnings growth rates over time, and that even if the market goes down, we're going to keep going up and stuff. I mean, there's no guarantees, of course, that markets always go up and down, stocks go up and down, so there's no guarantees ever when you're buying individual investments like this, but we try our best to minimize that risk, and as long as the person knows it up front, and we talk about what kind of volatility they're comfortable with, meaning 5-10%. A lot of people, I have a lot of clients actually that make me put stop losses on their trades. So what I do is when the stocks start going up, I will put a sell price at 10% lower as an example, so that if the market comes back down, they're going to automatically be sold. So that protects the loss as much as we can.
Very cool. All right, Dina, why don't you give your information so people can come to you and get stocks?
Sounds great. Well, they can email me at dkobrin@nextfinancial.com.
Perfect.
Well, thank you so much for having me today.
Always love it.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Next Financial Group Incorporated, member FINRA/SIPC. DC Alexander Wealth Management is not an affiliate of Next Financial Group Incorporated. 2346 Route 33, Suite 307, Robbinsville, New Jersey, 08691. Phone number 609-945-7330.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
3 drug-free and free ways to help you to stop smoking.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And vaping. Smoking and vaping.
Oh, you want me to stop vaping?
Well, wait a minute. Do we have a sponsor who are vapors?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. So just smoking. You can vape.
I'm allowed to vape?
You're allowed to vape.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
kind sir.
But smoking. New research from the University of Georgia found out that joining an online support group, it made smokers more confident that they could quit, that they could actually quit smoking, and it really raised their success rate.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I can understand that. Well, you go, if you have any kind of support when you're trying to quit something, like anything, that's a good thing. Like for instance,
Brokeback Mountain, like, I'm going to quit you.
Oh my God, I can't believe that. I just was about to say, like, if I wanted to quit you, for instance, I would need a lot of support.
That's because, well, if you love something or someone, let it go free. And if it comes back, it's yours. If it doesn't come back,
It never was.
no, hunt it down with a baseball bat and beat it till it's almost dead.
And then nobody else will want it. Oh, that's so funny. That's so
Anyway,
funny.
you were
But
saying.
I was saying, like, you would need support when you're going to quit anything. Smoking, losing weight, because you're quitting eating too much, that kind of thing. But anything that you're doing, of course, to better yourself, to better your health, you would need support with, because it's a habit. Habits are hard to break.
Oh, yes, they are. Yes,
You
they
know,
are.
I mean, for instance, no.
No?
No.
Well, another show.
No. Compassion. Have compassion.
Yeah.
Woo. Okay. Go on.
All right. Well, then you should try whyquit.com. I hear that's pretty good.
Oh, okay.
And also, this is something that you might enjoy also or know something about is meditation.
Oh, absolutely. I meditate. Meditation is wonderful for you.
Really?
It helps you really center yourself, balance yourself. Absolutely. And even if you only do it for a few minutes daily, because a lot of people don't have a lot of time and they don't actually have a quiet place. My home is actually not a very quiet place because of my animals. My dog, the wind blows and she's barking. So it doesn't make for an easy place to meditate. But in the morning, while she's sleeping, she whistles when she sleeps also. So it's like she's really not a very quiet dog. But you can just kind of get around that. It's important to meditate. You get inside your soul almost. And it's just a wonderful thing. You wake up, you're refreshed. It's a good thing for you. Meditation is fabulous.
Well, they say that, when you meditate, it could help you smoke like almost 1 or 2 fewer cigarettes, each day that you practice.
You have a different kind of energy when you meditate. And so maybe you don't actually need the cigarette, or the candy.
Oh,
or that extra pizza.
Wait a minute. Are you referring to me?
Would I ever refer to you on the air?
No, you wouldn't.
No.
I got my thing for studies, but the University of Oxford found that calling a helpline can increase the likelihood of quitting by 50%.
Really? A helpline? Really?
There's a helpline, 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Yes, actually, you know what? I had a girlfriend. This is amazing. She quit smoking, and she had her car wrapped in this whole thing about quitting smoking. I think it was actually quitnow.com, and they actually made her car payment for her.
Did they
every
really?
single month, and she would drive around advertising for them. Yeah, she had a Beetle at the time, and her Beetle was wrapped. Sharon, my girlfriend Sharon.
Yes.
Yeah, she did that, and she quit smoking, and unfortunately, she smokes again. Sorry, Cher, but yeah.
Yeah, I used to call a helpline. I think it was like $2.99 a minute or something like that.
Yeah, helplines. Everybody should know helplines do not charge money. Now, Anthony was calling a 900 number. Yeah.
So anyway, calling at least 3 times a week will boost your chances for success.
That's awesome.
But I never had any success on my helplines.
Yeah, again, 900 numbers. Nope. You have to find the ones that are free, Anthony.
Ah, the ones that are free. Okay. So I'm going to talk to all the guys out there.
All of them?
Yeah, all of them who are listening.
Okay.
Do you think they know what foreplay is?
Foreplay. I hope they do, because if they don't know what foreplay is, their ladies are very, very upset.
Well, I know these guys don't know what chore play is.
Okay. And tell me what chore play is.
Chore play. Okay. Chore play is something that many women want.
Okay.
And it's not so new. It's been around for generations, probably hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Okay.
Okay. Teamwork. Teamwork means happiness, right?
Most times.
So both you and your partner will feel more satisfied if she sees and thinks that you're doing your fair share of the household work.
Oh.
Chore play.
I understand.
Okay. As for the chores, couples are really happiest, when they share the day-to-day tasks together.
I think I told you something once a long time ago. What I do sometimes.
Tell me.
Do you
Again.
remember when I said that I once mentioned that I don't feel sexy doing the dishes. I don't feel sexy doing the laundry. And I certainly don't feel sexy cleaning the house. Do you remember when I told you that story?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm not very fair when it comes to the chores sometimes. I'm much better now.
Good.
I am.
Good.
And I share.
I'm happy about that. That's great. So guys, that doesn't mean that if you go off to mow the lawn, don't consider your work done.
Oh, God, no. But not by any means, no.
You got to pitch in, and you mentioned it with those mundane jobs like the dishes, you know, that kind of stuff.
The laundry.
Oh, the laundry. Yes, yes. Help her with the laundry, and she'll wear less of it.
Ah. Is that how it goes?
Yeah. Didn't I buy a bunch of really cute aprons and gloves from some kind of cleaning company, and I gave them to a bunch of girls at work, and they turned it into like a really cute, sexy thing. They wore the aprons, and they were like latex gloves, but they had like lace.
The apron was frumpy.
Well, a couple of gals in particular didn't think it wasn't a frumpy apron. It was very sexy.
It really wasn't.
And she said she
maybe
wore it,
the
and her
girl that you gave it to was frumpy.
No, she was not. No, she was not. I'm not going to mention any names here, but she did the dishes in the apron and those gloves with her boyfriend. Nothing else. Anyway, guys, just help around the house. You'll be glad you did.
What exactly is that you're holding in your hand right there?
It's a squeezy thing. It's for stress.
Do you have stress? Right about now? You having a little bit of stress there?
No, not me. I don't have those issues.
Yeah. Okay. Well, calm down then, or keel over.
Yeah, I'll keel over.
You're gonna keel?
You know, losing your temper, you could lose your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, angry outbursts.
Well,
do
now
trigger heart attacks and
that's where
stuff
the
like that.
meditation comes in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, these little things that we're playing with, that are in your hand, those little.
Yes.
You can. Yeah.
They're stress relievers.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Squeeze them. Little balls pop out of them. Yeah, all kinds of things.
Yeah, those poor and angry behaviors, could bring on heart attacks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and people are nearly like 5 times more likely to have an attack in the 2 or 3 hours after an angry episode.
Oh, absolutely. It's really bad for your heart when you're not positive and calm.
Yes. And
what?
No, I was just going to say something funny about, hanging out for 2 hours with you, but it really, it's a great experience. It's not an angry experience at all, because I never get angry.
I've seen you get angry. You don't actually get angry at me, but I've seen you get angry.
Very far and few in between. It just doesn't happen.
Okay. Whatever you say.
It does not. I do not get it.
I know.
How many times must I tell you?
Be really careful with where that hand is going. Okay, because you see this knife right here? I have a little butter knife. I was spreading crackers with peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, she's going to smear peanut butter on my hair.
It's actually almond butter.
See, psychological stress is the worst kind.
It absolutely is.
Yeah, because that increases heart rate and blood pressure.
And you know what, really, if you don't actually discuss this with somebody, it actually builds up, and then you be ready for an explosion.
Oh, yeah. So they say you should take like 6 breaths a minute, and that'll reduce your blood pressure.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe I should start breathing. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Stop the heavy breathing.
We don't have these problems.
Stop the heavy breathing. All right, what else you got?
Well, okay. Bathroom.
Ugh, he's
visits.
always talking about the bathroom.
The
man loves to talk about the bathroom.
I'm almost 40, and people have been telling me when you hit 40, you got bathroom issues. I still don't know what they mean yet. Okay, but what they say is if you're hitting, the bathroom at night, try hitting the gym during the day, because active men have a very lower risk of noctura.
Noctura?
Noctura.
What does that mean, noctura?
That's the urge to urinate many times during the night.
Oh. Oh. Do you get up many times during the night?
Oh, no. When my head hits the pillow, that's it.
You're out?
I'm out till I don't know, 6:15 the next morning.
Good for you.
So, and this is from a study from Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise. They found that men who work out are 13% less likely to suffer from noctura.
What about women?
I don't think it's an issue for women, because with men it's prostate. It's about the anatomy.
What, you don't think our bladders don't fill up?
Yes, but you don't have a prostate that surrounds your urinary tract. So, and when the prostate swells, it puts pressure on the bladder.
Look at the education we get here from Anthony Vincent. It's amazing.
I am not just a pretty face.
I never said you were a pretty face.
No one ever says I'm a pretty face.
Okay, so we're back to noctura.
Yeah. So, women wouldn't get it because there's nothing pressing on their bladder unless they're pregnant. Then it's usually the baby.
Yeah.
So a similar thing, but you just got to have the baby for that. Mm-hmm. Now.
Then no more noctura.
No more noctura. So now that we're talking about that area down there, what about being a dad?
What about it?
Okay.
I wouldn't know anything about being a dad.
Okay. If you want to be a dad, pass that joint around. Do you know that marijuana may affect the size, shape, and quality of your sperm?
I did not know that. I can imagine that it could.
I would think it would.
But since I don't have any sperm, I wasn't worried about it.
Well, I know where you can get some.
What, some sperm? That was really funny.
Well, this is according to a study in the Human Reproduction. Young men who used cannabis, that's marijuana,
yes,
within 3 months of being tested were more likely to produce samples that contained less than 4% normal sperm.
Wow.
That's a sign of low fertility.
Yes, that is. You need to, if you want to have a baby, you need to stop smoking the joints.
And if you don't want to have a baby, double up.
That's great.
Marijuana affects the formation of the sperm's DNA in the testicles.
Ooh.
So you could have, a sperm with 2 tails, and then it just goes around in circles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that what, really?
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's not exactly clear how, but the study was done by an Alan Pacey. He's a PhD.
Oh.
So we'll have to call him. We're going to find out.
Oh, I'm curious.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Yeah, that's some good, interesting stuff.
Everything is always good, interesting stuff on our show.
Absolutely.
If you listen.
Absolutely.
And when you listen, you'll be glad you did.
Of course you will be. I know I am.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got limp locks? Wake that dead, lifeless hair. Use the right bodybuilding products. Texturize, and what a surprise. Say hello to beautiful.
Want your beauty question answered on the air? Email us now from anthonyvincentsalon.com. Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did.
All right. Elise, our show is very, very informative.
It is. Yes, I agree.
There is a lot of great stuff on our show.
Of course there is.
Well, you've heard of the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People?
Yes, I have that on my iPad.
Yeah, I have the audiobook. Really, really huge, successful. Well, we're going to talk about the 7 pooping and peeing habits of highly healthy people.
Oh my God. Of course we are. Why shouldn't we talk about poop and pee?
That's right. 'Cause that's what we do on our show.
Oh.
It's not only just about health, wellness, and sex. It's about
your poop
and your pee. And developing healthy...
I have to just say something. I think you have a problem, Anthony. Now you can go forward.
Oh, well, you know what I find about senior citizens?
What?
The conversation, no matter what, always goes to their bathroom habits.
And that worries me, because if you're only 40 or less, how is it that that's all you want to talk about?
It's because of the demographics of our of our radio show. You know, we have a tremendous audience between
We
the age
do.
of 35 and 55.
Okay. And it's the
So-
people after 55 that seem to want to talk about their pooping and peeing habits. So what's up?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
You tell me.
Healthy bathroom habits not only help your personal and professional life, it can also influence your physical health.
I agree.
You
That
do.
is the truth. Of course, on a serious note, true.
According to Webster's dictionary, a habit is a usual way of behaving, something that a person does often in a regular and repeated way.
I know all about habits.
Good ones or bad ones?
Both.
Uh-huh. When we talk about healthy habits, we talk about eating habits, sleeping habits, exercise habits, and one lesser discussed habit, which is what we're talking about today. And we
Nice.
always talk about good habits. We're always talking about sleeping, eating, and exercise.
Yes, we are. And we
Always.
talk about some bad habits too, like your alcohol problem.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's only a problem for those around me, not for me.
That's true.
So, toilet habit. Okay.
Ay.
And you don't need a $6,000 toilet.
No, I was just going to say, do we need a $6,000 toilet for that?
Okay. Shut the lid. When you use the bathroom, close the lid prior to flushing.
Always.
Yes. Every time you flush, those germs and other particles become airborne and get on your toothbrush or drinking. Do you know, I'm going to tell two stories over here. The first one is that when I learned that there are airborne issues when you flush the toilet, I bought a bathroom cabinet with glass doors that seal, as well as drawers, and that was a very, very important purchase that I felt. But the really good story is that when I was a very young hairstylist, I once got fired for not putting the lid down on the toilet.
You did?
I got fired for not putting the lid down.
Really?
Yes. And I guess every mom knows that when little boy urinates, they lift up the lid. And the biggest argument that I hear that couples have is he never puts the lid down. And what happens is at night,
She's rushing into the bathroom because she just has to pee,
right,
and she falls into the
she
toilet.
falls into the toilet.
Yeah.
So, of course, I didn't know this. I was a young man, young boy with my first job, and I got yelled at for not putting the lid down. And this was truly honest. And I got yelled at, and I said, well, what's the difference? She said, because you could fall in. And I
the
said,
vision that you must have had.
yeah, and I said, well, who'd be stupid enough to sit on the toilet without looking first? I was fired immediately. My boss was stupid enough to sit down and not look. I got fired for that. I did get fired.
Wow.
And at that point on, I
always
always put the lid down there.
Yeah.
Always, the seat and the lid. Anyway, getting back to the toothbrush thing. Now, it doesn't mean that you can leave out your toothbrush, but keep that toothbrush in a drawer or a container or a closed cabinet. You don't have to buy a brand new cabinet like I did, but I overdo. I'm excessive. I overdo everything,
Yes,
and-
you do, but in a good way.
and always in a good way.
Yes.
Okay, so
Well, you know what? This was really informative. Thanks so much for sharing the pooping and peeing habits.
well, I got more.
Oh, of course you do. All right. Do share.
Okay, now this is pretty gross.
Oh.
Okay, take a little peek at your poop.
We talked about this once.
Did we really?
Yes, because I actually found a whole thing, because I know how much you love to talk about it, and I found a whole thing about the color of your poop and what it means. And we talked about, the ranges from black to yellow.
Well,
And
there is such a thing as good poop.
yes, there is. Good, healthy poop, and then there's not so good, healthy poop. And that you have to have that's a concern, because that means you have a health issue.
That's right. That's right. We can learn a great deal about how our digestive system is functioning by the sight and sound
And the smell.
Yes, of our poop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, another story. True story.
Oh, boy.
I hate public restrooms.
Yeah. Nobody really loves them, but sometimes we have to use them.
Well, every time I go into a public restroom, and there is always some old guy sitting on the toilet, stinking up the entire bathroom. So, and I will never use a public restroom for that. But urinate.
I have to tell you something, though.
I have to either hold my breath or pull my shirt up over my nose and my mouth because that's
okay.
It stinks.
So a friend of mine was telling me he was at the mall and he had a salad. Okay, and I don't know what happened. I guess his stomach reacted to the salad. He was so upset. He had to go to the bathroom, and there was no choice but to use the public bathroom. He was sick to his stomach, disgusted with himself, and he is in the bathroom. And unfortunately, he's going. He is pooping in the bathroom, and there were other people actually at the same time, he said. Also, I guess they ate the same salad. He said he was so disgusted. He was so sick to his stomach. He said the smell in this bathroom. I'm like, you know what? Just don't eat at the mall, okay? Just avoid it all and don't eat at the mall. Because he was like, it was horrible, he said.
Yeah, there's got to be a hell of a lot of unhealthy old men out there.
I'm sure. And they walk the mall and then they take their poop, their afternoon poop.
That's right. They walk that mall. They get their digestive system going.
And they take that afternoon time in the bathroom.
Well, there are distinguishing features of good poop,
Oh, we're back to that.
Yes.
All right.
When we talk about poop, we talk about poop.
All right. So what's a good
We're not full
distinguishing?
of shite here.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Tell
Good.
me.
I almost
what's
said
good?
something else. A good, solid, smooth, log-shaped poo. That's good.
I can't even comment. I have nothing.
No corn sticking out the side.
Oh, God, I have nothing.
You remember Mr. Hanky?
Oh, my God. Oh.
And now you should like this. It's a rich chocolate brown color. Is what you're looking. And you love chocolate, don't you?
Love chocolate, but you've actually just turned me off from having any today.
And a good poop will sink to the bottom of the toilet.
I didn't think you could possibly turn me off anymore, and yet you're working on it.
Well, I always thought that poop that floated was better because that means you have enough fiber in your diet. And I'm going to have to look that up.
Here's why I would think that if it would go to the bottom, it would be more dense, and that would mean that
Less air?
Yeah. Less air would probably be a better thing. And this way your digestive system is actually expelling everything it needs to expel. That's just my opinion, but I don't know. I could be incorrect.
Okay.
I'm not a poop expert.
Well, believe it or not, good poop has no odor.
Or very little odor. I can't imagine that it would have none since it's like kind of bottled up in there, but very little odor.
Well, bad poop has features also,
Oh, I'm sure it does. And you're going to share them, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, sir.
It's very loose. Very loose, broken up. It is pale in color.
Okay.
And according to this study, it floats on the surface of the water. So you see, this was something that I actually was unaware of. And it has a bad odor.
I'm sure it does.
Mm-hmm. Now, we've been talking about poop so much. Have you had enough about poop?
I have.
How about you, Ryan? You have had enough of talk about poop? Okay, now we're going to talk about urine.
Oh.
Okay. Now, normal urine should not have a strong odor. And urine is a reflection of what's going on inside your body.
I have nothing.
Oh, well.
So just keep talking.
Urine happens to be sterile. There are no germs or bacteria in urine.
I actually heard that It's actually, and please don't misunderstand this, but I actually was reading something about it being a very healthy elixir to drink. People actually drink it for weight loss. People drink it for health benefits. I just don't understand it.
Yes, if you are stranded on a desert island, you can drink your own urine. It is sterile. And in fact, there was a movie back in I think the late 80s called Dune, where there is a special...
With Sting, yeah.
Yes, with Sting, yep. And they had a special suit where it took the body excretions and circulated them within the suit and became nutrition and liquid for them to drink. But reality is that some dogs are able to smell cancer in humans.
Wow. Now that's amazing.
Yeah. And if your urine has a very pungent aroma, it could be an indication of a urinary tract infection, could be a sign of dehydration. And dehydration causes the urine to become very, very concentrated, and it will have a very unusual odor.
A pungent odor and a very, very, very yellow to golden
yes.
to orange kind of color.
Mm-hmm. So contrary to what you think, there is a... I don't know if we could talk about this one.
Oh, then let's not.
Okay.
Unless you just feel the need to push it even further.
Well, all I'm going to say is, contrary to what you might think, there is a right way and a wrong way to wipe.
And on that note, if you want to know the rest of that, email us at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
Yeah, from front to back. You've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot and what's not every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Learn and laugh with us. Anytime, any place. Go right to our website, AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Click away and listen today.
And if you have a topic of interest that you want us to talk about, or you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
Remember, your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card. How you make people feel becomes your trademark. I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
We'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.